Hi, fourth graders. I hope you're feeling creative and artistic today because we will be creating a comic book as a way to review and sequence the events that have taken place in Night of the Twisters so far. And so today our objective is that we will be able to sequence the steps and the events to create a comic book of Night of the Twisters. And so I'm going to need you to think back to all of the things we've read so far up until the end of the chapter, the next hour or so. That's as far as we've read today. And so I want you to think about what has happened in order of our comic book that would be a good retelling of our story. Now remember that it's important to recall the events in order so it makes sense. If I start out that the lights went off when Dan was looking for his brother Ryan, that wouldn't make much sense. Someone who hasn't read our story wouldn't understand. And so you're going to go back into your text to check through and kind of skim, and I would jot down some ideas that I have in my notebook of at least 5 events that have taken place in our story that are most important and that have taken place in order. And so in your comic, you must include at least 5 events. You can, of course, do a few more if that's hard to just narrow it down to 5. You will find, and I will show you, that there are a lot of different templates that you can use for your comic book page. So you can choose which one you would like and move and drag those around on Seesaw. You'll need to use transition words. Remember, we're sequencing things in order, so we want to use things like next, after, before. Those are our transition words. You're also going to include 2 quotes from the book. Now, those could be something that characters have said that maybe are showing some emotion or some things that are going on, or maybe it's a description of the events and it's right from the book. So 2 quotes from the book. And then you want to include colored illustrations with a caption so we know what's happening in your picture. I know sometimes on Seesaw it's hard to draw those pictures, and so you want to make sure that you have some words detailing and describing what you've drawn. So here's the beginning of your comic strip that I made it for you. And it says 5 o'clock. So it begins. In the little town of Grand Island, Nebraska, on an ordinary summer day, no one knew disaster was about to strike. And so that's the beginning of our comic strip. And now you are choosing 5 more events that have taken place in order of our story. So I'm going to show you, you have a lot of different templates to choose from. And as I told you, you can pick and choose. You don't need to use all of them. Some of them have 2 boxes, so you could use 2 events on one slide. Some of them have just 1 little space. Okay, so you will have the opportunity to choose what you would like as long as you've chosen 5 events, you include transition words, 2 quotes from the book, and those pictures have captions. I can't wait to see these awesome comic strips today. Good luck, friends.